Hello students, once again welcome to English Literature Classroom. Today my topic is Treasure Trove. Means the name of the book is Treasure Trove. Chapter 8, Blue Bead. 2 pages I already taught in my previous video. Now I am going to continue from page 95, fifth paragraph. Come on, let's start. First I am going to recap a little. The story is about Sibia, a 12-year-old child woman. The story begins with a Magar crocodile coming out of deep waters. The crocodile, who was twice the length of a tall man, raised his eyes and nostrils out of water to breathe the clean, sunny air. Clear? To breathe the clean, sunny air. Over the years, the crocodile had become so strong and ferocious that nothing could pierce its inch-thick armored hide. Hide means skin. Okay? The only vulnerable areas were his eyes and soft underarms. Besides, the crocodile, as he lay waiting for his food, glimmered a blue bead. Clear? Sibia, a thin village girl dressed in an earth-colored rag, was eating her last chapati. She was accustomed to the toils of day life. Okay, day life means you can tell it daily life. Okay, now let's start from fifth paragraph, page number 95. She knows what finery was. She means Sibia. Okay, Sibia knew what finery was. Though she had been with her parents and brothers all through the jungle to the little town at the railhead where there was the bazaar. Okay, now with her parents, sometimes the brother, she went to this bazaar. Okay, she had walked through all the miling people and the dogs and monkeys full of fleas, the idling, gossiping, bargaining humanity, spitting. Betelgeuse heard the bell of Sacred Bull clonking as he lumped along through the dust and hubbub. Means with all these people gossiping together, see, went to the market, and on her way she had seen lot of things. Okay, now let's continue. She had paused amazed before the sweetmeat stall. Paused means stop. Okay, now she has stopped amazed the sweetmeat stall. Okay, to gaze at the brilliant honey confection abuzz with dust and flies. They smelled wonderful. Now the sweet smelled wonderful. Clear? Above the smell of drains and humanity and cheap cigarettes. At home, she sometimes tasted wild honey. Clear? At home, she sometimes tasted wild honey or crunched the syrup out of stalk of a sugar cane. But those sweets were green and magenta. Now look, the question which I have given, from where did the little girl come? Okay, from the shrill village out of a mud home came the little girl. Now look, at home what she tasted. Okay, at home she tasted wild honey, but over there in the bazaar she saw the sweets which were green and magenta colored. Okay, now let's continue. Then there was the cloth stall stacked with great rolls of new cotton clothes, stamped at the edge with the maker's sign of a tiger's head and smelling so wonderful. Now she used to see the clothes shop and the new clothes smell were very nice. She liked it. Okay. Now, but there were other wonders to see. Satin sewing with real silver thread. Okay, these were the wonders she used to see in the bazaar, and she liked all these things. Okay, tin trays from Birmingham and a sari which had got chips of looking glass embroidered into the border. She joined the crowd round a Kashmiri travelling merchant on his way to the bungalows. He was showing dawn-coloured silks that poured the cream, and he got a little locked chest with turquoise of opals in it. Now, among all the wonders in the bazaar, she used to see many types of pink, but the best of all was a box which, when you pressed it, a bell tinkled with a yellow wooden chicken jumped out. Okay, now let's see the question. What did Sibia wear? Sibia wore an earth-colored rag. Clear? Now, next question is, what was Sibia eating? Answer, Sibia was eating chapati wrapped round a smear of green chili and butter and said, okay, next, let's continue. But Sibia in all her life from birth to death, okay, Sibia from all her life from birth to death was born to toil. Since she could toddle, okay, toddle means since she started working, she had husked corn, gathered sticks, put dungs to dry, cooked and weeded and carried and fetched water and cut the grass for fodder. Okay, these are all the things Sibia used to do. That means she was born to toil. Toil means hard work. She was not born to enjoy the life. Okay, instead she was born to toil. She was going with her mother and some other women now to get paper grass. Okay, where was she going? She was going with her mother to get paper grass. Okay, and where were the paper grass? In the on the cliffs. Okay, and above the river. When you had enough of it, you could take it down by bullock cart to the railroad and sell it to the agent who would arrange for it to dispatch to the paper mills. Now this paper grass, the agent used to carry it to the paper mills. Why? To make papers. Okay. The women often toiled all day. Okay, the women toiled means worked hard all day at this work, and the agent sat on silk cushions smoking a hookah. And what the agent used to do? They used to just sit and smoke hookah. Such thought did not trouble Sibia. Now Sibia was a small girl. Sibia never used to think all these things that women are working hard and the agents are just sitting and smoking. Sibia never thought of all these things. However, as she skipped along with the sickle and homemade hay fork beside her mother, you could skip on the way out but not on the way up. But while going to the cliff, okay, she could skip, okay, but not while returning, because at that time she had load to carry. Okay, when you ached with tiredness and there was a great load to carry. Load means the load of the paper grass. Clear? Now let's see the question. What did Sibia sometimes taste at home? Answer. At home, she sometimes tasted wild honey or crunched the syrup out of a stalk of sugarcane. Let's continue. Okay. Some of the women were wearing necklaces. Look, some of the women were wearing necklaces made out of lal bijis. Bijis means seed. The shiny scarlet seed. Scarlet also red color. Okay. Black one end that grew everywhere in the jungle. Now these red seeds, these used to grow everywhere in the jungle. It was best to have new necklace each year. Now every year they used to make new necklace because it was free of cost. Okay, the seeds they were to get in the jungle. Instead of last year's faded ones, Sibia was making one too. Now Sibia, she was also making one necklace. Okay, with those red color seeds. How nice it was going to be to hear that rattling swish around her neck as she froused along with lots of necklace, but each seed hard as stone. Now these stones, okay, they were very hard like a stone, had to be drilled with a red hot needle. Now these stones for making necklaces have to be drilled, and with what? It has to be drilled with the red hot needle. Clear? And the family needle was snapped. Okay, therefore Sibia could not make the necklace because the needle was snapped. So she must wait till they could buy another. Oh, for strings and strings of glass and blades, anklets, earrings, rosary, bangles, all the gorgeous dazzle of the bazaar, or all her little golden body decorated. Now she wanted to make all these things. Okay. Chattering as they went, the women followed the dusty track towards the river. Okay, now chattering they went and they followed the dusty road. Okay, towards the river. On their way, they passed a Guzar encampment. Okay, Guzar is a tribe, and they passed through their encampment of grassers, where these nomadic graziers would live for time until the animals had perhaps finished all the easy grazing within reach. Now the Guzar tribe used to reside there. Okay, and they were not able to sell enough of their white butter and white milk in the district, or there was no one to buy the young milk buffaloes for tiger bait. Now let's see the question. What does Sibia's life show about her family status? Shibia's life show that Shibia's life, once again I'm telling, Shibia's life shows that they were poverty stricken. They led a simple life devoid of the materialistic pleasure. Clear? Now let's continue. Shibia glanced at the Guzar woman as she went past. Now Shibia glanced at the Guzar woman as she went past. They wore trousers. Look, the dress of the Guzar woman. They wore trousers tight and wrinkled at the ankles, and in their ears large silver rings. Okay, and their ears they had large silver rings made out of melted rupees, and the silver rings were made out of melted rupees, and one of them was clinking a stick against these big brass gadhas in which they fetched water. And now in the gadha they used to fetch water from the river. Okay, to see which one was very empty. The men and boys were out of camp. At that time, the men and boys were not there. Okay, they were out of camp. Now, where did they go? They went with their herd. Herd means herd of buffaloes, or gone to the bazaar. Either they went to the herd of buffaloes or they are gone to the bazaar to sell produce. But one or two buffaloes were standing about, creatures of great wet noses and moving jaws and gaunt black bones. Guzars were junglis. Now, who were these Guzars? They were junglis. As Sibia was too. Sibia too was jungli. Okay, born and bred in the forest. Okay, now let's see the question. Where was Sibia going? Why? Shibuya was going with her mother and some other women then to cut paper grass from the cliff. Okay, up to this much. In my next video, I will continue with this chapter. Okay, there are one or two typing mistakes, just ignore. Okay, until my next video, goodbye.